I thought
get
that
it.
was,
I don't think it's all on
game plan.
AJ, but I think there's this conception I saw on Twitter where it's like people are saying this is why AJ we can't placate to AJ. I'm like, I think AJ was right. You built a 21-point lead when you got AJ Brown involved. Now the rest
I
of the
thought
game,
AJ Brown had a great game yesterday, by the way.
Huh?
I thought he had a great game yesterday.
Yeah, until the 3rd and 2. Didn't get open.
Yeah, until the 3rd and 2 when he had the penalty.
But that's the NFL. You're not going to get open on every play. I mean, that's just the nature of the beast, I feel, at least it feels like to me. Let's bring Jeff Kerr in right now here on Birds 365. You can follow him at Jeff Kerr PHL on X. Jeff, welcome to the program, man. Appreciate you joining in on a Monday. The Eagles collapsed, their biggest collapse of the Sirianni era, and lose a 21-point lead and fall 24-21 to the Dallas Cowboys in Arlington. How you doing this morning, Jeff Kerr?
I hear the season's over, so what do I know?
Season's over.
Season's over after one loss. Boy, I got some news for some people. I really do. Watch the 95-96 Eagles sometime. I'm going history. Watch Rich Kotite. Then you'll see bad seasons. It's again
8-3.
Well,
shit happens.
Fair enough, but let me ask you this. Are we not who we thought we were? Because there are a lot of people who I think living off of the 24 season where we dominated all the way through the Super Bowl. People thought we were that at 8-2. We don't lose. I don't think we're that team this year. Now, can we go the distance? Sure. Can things fall your way in the playoffs? Sure. But I don't think this team is as good as we were a year ago or really even close.
Well, last year's team was one of the best teams ever, if you listen to the running back, and he wasn't wrong on that. So, yeah, it's hard to win back-to-back Super Bowls. It is. And look, this is when I thought they really were going to lose the game. And the defense, give them the credit, all the credit in the world. They bailed them out on this. Xavier Gibson should not be on this football team this week.
Come on.
I'm done with it.
That's why he's here. Because he used to make those dumb decisions with the Jets. That's why he's here.
Yeah. Why don't we use Britton Covey? We brought Britton Covey back. He was great on punts.
I don't know. It's a really good question. Yeah. I got frustrated. And again, people trying to explain the rules of football to me on that platform are laughable. I don't think it's ever a good idea ever take a ball at the one.
Agreed.
I don't care if it's legal or not. It's a bad idea. And he's done it twice in 3 weeks now. He's not a good football player. I'm not pinning this on Xavier Gibson, by the way. I haven't even gotten
they didn't even give
the
up
offensive line yet.
They didn't even give up any points off that turnover. But still,
I know that's what I said. I was like, man, give credit to the defense. They're standing tall right now.
I will say in Xavier's defense, because few people will defend him. If you have a free play, take the free play. But yesterday was not.
It was not a free play. Yeah.
Yeah. The other one was a free play. Yeah, just take
this is my thing about the whole free play thing. And again, maybe this goes back to I don't trust NFL officials with my life.
Well, that's a fair point, but don't get that. Get that.
I mean, look at the end of the game yesterday. Is this just me or did the ball not hit the scoreboard?
No, they explained that. That was the announcers screwing that up.
Yeah, well, I have a lot to say about them too.
They thought that the ball hit the scoreboard, but actually somebody ran out of bounds. I forget who it was.
It was Stanley Ringo, right?
I believe it was Ringo, but I'm not positive. But they called a penalty on him for running out of bounds. So the ball didn't hit they thought it did, but it didn't. That was just a mistake by the announcers, not the officials.
Yeah, that's a bad time to make a mistake in the game, but
yeah,
they did everything you could do to lose a football game after it was 21-0 yesterday.
Really
that's just how I felt. I thought they got a little conservative on offense, but even when they were aggressive, penalties took it back. They can't run the ball.
What do you do? Let me just say this: if you're up 21-0 in the NFL, right? You have Saquon Barkley. What do?
You run. They can't do it. They can't run block for them. And
John, that's what I asked you in the open, though, and you hit me with the 5-man fronts, which I think is a fair and valid explanation.
No, I brought up the 5-man fronts because of Landon's comments, which I thought were. But I also
said it. I mean, how do you have 10 carries for 22 yards when you're up by 3 touchdowns in a football game? Doesn't make sense.
No. 0-0, it makes sense. 21-0, it doesn't make sense. Once you're up 3 touchdowns, then you try to close out the game by running the football.
What I said.
Now, to your point, though, if they keep doing it and they keep doing it, do some different things, and you got to execute. And as I said, there were little pockets where they were moving the football. At first series of the third quarter was the perfect example. They had a 1st and 10 at the Cowboys 40 after 2 plays. If somebody, and I don't know who it was, could line up correctly. But
was that the AJ Brown penalty?
Well, no, it was the Matt Pryor penalty, but I don't know who left him uncovered. That's never.
Yeah, okay, yeah, I know what play you're talking
the
about.
The illegal formation penalty.
Yeah.
I didn't see who left it. Who this? Unfortunately, because of the NFL, the way they do things, that penalty is always reported as the offensive lineman. If you're an extra offensive lineman and you get called for an illegal formation, unless it's you didn't report, it's not your fault.
I agree.
It's the receiver's fault, but they call it on the offensive lineman, and very few people understand that, which is the over legislation of this stupid sport that I constantly talk about. But the point was that was a great play, and the penalty had nothing to do with the play, but it got called back because somebody couldn't line up correctly.
Yeah. To me, right now, and again, I know you guys have probably talked about Patullo already. It just goes so much deeper than him at this point. I just think people are looking for the scapegoat right now, and
no question.
It's so much deeper than that. Like, I'll say it, this offensive line has been mid all season long.
Mid might be nice.
I don't know anymore. I know when I was covering the team as frequently as John has, Jordan Love would keep telling me 1 block away, and Cam Jurgens would say the same thing. It's more than that. They're not 1 block away.
I agree with that, and I know it's difficult for Jeff, but Saquon's not playing well either.
No, he's not. I've said it. And look, I wrote this countless times, and Saquon did not agree with me 100% on this. When you run for 2,000 yards in a season, you take a big step back. You do. No one has ever rushed for more than 1,400 yards in a season after a 2,000-yard season. And yet, Saquon...
Well, he claims he's healthy.
Maybe he is. I don't know, but he doesn't look the same.
He does not look the same.
I don't think Cam Jurgens looks very good, guys.
No, he doesn't.
Overall.
No. I think he's battling injury. I think Landon Dickerson's battling injury.
Is he? Is that what it is? Cam Jurgens hasn't been good this year from game number 1. Let's call a spade a spade. He was a great center last year. He has not been that player for 1 single game this year.
Well, how bad's the back? What's he hiding?
But I mean, he had the off season, so it's like, did he come in injured? Was he never going to return to the same player?
And people do not like to hear this stat, but it's going to come out. There is a reason why the Eagles have a 370 win percentage when Lane Johnson is not playing.
True.
Like, that's nothing against Fred, but fine is not Lane Johnson.
Oh, no. Well, anybody who thought, I kind of laughed at people who thought that there would be a downgrade there.
We had a commenter last week say that.
No.
Fred Johnson, we're good. I don't know about that.
I like Fred Johnson's the 6th lineman. I like him playing for spurts.
Lane Johnson at 45 years old is probably better than your next best option.
He could play at 45 if he wanted to, Zander.
That is a no doubt about it Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
And you got people say, well, we got Fred. I mean, come on.
That's like losing Devontae Smith. Oh, we got John. Okay, sure.
Guys, Jeff, I'll bring you here, all right, because the offense obviously had an awesome start to the game where they come out, they're throwing the ball. I thought Hurts was quick, decisive with the football. Ball was coming out. AJ was getting space and separation, making plays. They put up 21 straight points in 3 straight drives, and they're up 21-0. Now, I don't know if this is the right correlation here, but I'll ask you guys. He had 5 catches for
67 yards, right?
67 yards in the first couple drives there. They didn't go back to him again until the 4th quarter. Now,
I think it was scripted, personally. I thought that was,
I don't think it's all on AJ, but I think, there's this conception I saw on Twitter where it's like people are saying This is why, AJ, we can't placate to AJ. I'm like, I think AJ was right. You built a 21-point lead when you got AJ Brown involved. Now, the rest
I
of the
thought
game,
AJ Brown had a great game yesterday, by the way.
Huh?
I thought he had a great game yesterday.
Yeah, until the 3rd and 2. Didn't get open.
Yeah, until the 3rd and 2 when he had the penalty.
Yeah, but that's the NFL. You're not going to get open on every play. I mean, that's just the nature of the beast, you know. I feel, at least it feels like to me. He was open on all the other plays.
So on that 3rd and 2, John, let's rewind for a second. On that 3rd and 2, did you like how the route they had AJ Brown run?
It was a simple slant route. Trying to find him on the inside, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's probably what I would have done, but I'm not an NFL head coach, so I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, a 3rd and 2, AJ slant, yeah, that makes sense to me, dude. I can't criticize that.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I have an issue with on that sack Jalen took? The fact that he held on to the ball as long as
that's what bothered me. You can't take a 13-yard sack. I mean,
no, not there. Not there.
You know, ball's got to come out.
The other thing I don't like about that is why when you're 3rd and 2 in your own zone, why drop back that far in the first place? Like, you're making it hard. It's 3rd
you're not
and 2.
supposed to. That's the point.
I actually thought Jalen was just going to call his own number, tuck it, and run and get the first down. And they keep going. And I was kind of surprised he didn't.
Yeah, maybe he should have. Maybe should have.
It's just, there's just
quarterback design run probably would have got
so many weird things happened in this game. Jake Elliott missing a field goal.
That's 56. I mean,
Aubrey missed one too.
Aubrey from 51 is bigger than that's a crazy miss because that's like falling asleep.
I was ready for Aubrey just to hit the 60+ yarder.
So was I.
Yeah,
65 to win it.
I thought the Vic Fangio prophetic claim might come true in this game and ultimately.
Yeah, I was like, oh, here it is. It's going to be some miracle field goal and it'll cap the miracle comeback.
Well, it turned into an easy field goal because George Pickens gashed them again in the last minute with a 24-yard game.
And George Pickens is good. George Pickens is so good.
Oh my God, what a year he's having! I was talking about him all week.
Again, this is why I get on the Cowboys.
He's wide receiver 1 in Dallas.
Yeah, why do you trade Micah Parsons? Like this, you got George Pickens. I knew they'd be measly better. So trade Micah Parsons. And look, I understand they got Quentin Williams, who was a monster yesterday and was a monster last week. I just don't know what goes on in the Cowboys' heads because it feels like they should be better.
Look, I hear you. Obviously, you don't want to get rid of Micah, but I'm of the belief that pressure and interior pressure on defensive lines has become more important in the NFL than pressure on the edge. And boy, that interior pressure they're getting with Kenny Clark, Quentin Williams, and Osa.
Osa's a good player too.
I mean,
yeah,
their defense is a lot better with that.
But there's a lot. I mean,
again, I'm not going to sit here and say you should have traded Micah Parsons. I'm just saying the context.
I can't. You know, Dan was trying to go down that route. That's what the Cowboys are trying to sell. I would say look at Micah Parsons in his game. Pressure's pressure. And if you have Micah Parsons,
look at what Myles Garrett's been doing, by the way.
Yeah. If you have Micah Parsons or Myles Garrett, you create pressure on the interior because everybody's shitting their pants because they're on the outside.
Like, isn't that the first thing you want to do? Isn't that what they teach you in football and Pop freaking Warner? First thing you got to do in a defense, stop the run game.
Yeah, all is stop the run, but he's not a bad run defender. That's bullshit.
No, but they could stop the run when he was on the
bullshit.
Team. They didn't have the tackles though to stop the run. Now, I'm not going to sit here and
tell you because they missed on Mozzie Smith. That ain't Mike Parsons.
The tackles now. That's all I'm saying. They've gotten the tackles now.
But you don't give up a Hall of Fame pass rusher to get some hit on your draft pick.
They're going to need that Hall of Fame pass rusher on Thursday because I keep hearing the Cowboys are in it, but they're 10th in the NFC, so I don't know.
Well, they're still in it because teams are going to lose. I mean, the 7 seed teams aren't great. So but they have to keep winning. But, if they lost that game, they're out of it. They're in the conversation, obviously going to need some help, but it's not like
they need to win these next 2 games.
It's not like the 7 seed in the NFC. Who's the 7 seed right now?
The 49ers right now.
I mean, that ain't a good football team. And they have to play.
They play tonight. Do they play tonight?
They play Carolina tonight. Carolina wins. They're in first place in the NFC South.
Yeah, and that would help the Cowboys because that would push the Buccaneers down, and they're 6-5.
Exactly.
Put the Cowboys
They
right
only got to
the
jump over 2 teams. The problem with them is the Lions and the Bears. But the Lions and the Bears, and the Packers as well. Like the Packers are playing the Lions on Thanksgiving. Somebody's got to lose that game.
We got some good games on Thanksgiving this year.
I guess they could tie, but
Chiefs, Cowboys, Packers, Lions, and Ravens play on Thanksgiving.
Who do the Ravens
play? The Bengals.
Yeah. We'll see.
I don't care about the night game. I'll watch the 2 early games.
Yeah.
Well, the Packers Lions, that's good. That's a good.
Oh, game. I can't wait for that. I can't wait for the second game. CBS scored big on that one.
Jeff, you come out and you score 3 straight, and then you go 40+ minutes of gameplay with 0 points on the board.
41 minutes and 30 seconds to be exact.
Thank you for being so smart with this shit, Jeff. Where do you put that on? I mean, that's almost unheard of. 40.
It's everybody.
41 minutes of,
yeah. It's
41 minutes of an NFL game. You don't have a single point on the board.
It happens every week now, right? It just feels like there's a couple possessions where they get things right, and then all of a sudden they go to like these 4 or 5 possessions spurts.
Well, they had it in Tampa Bay. They had it against the Rams. They have had halves. Second half in Tampa, first half against the Rams, and then they had this half.
The Denver game, they got quiet. Denver's got really good defense too, but
yeah, they moved the football a little bit in the second half yesterday, and they kept shooting themselves in the freaking foot.
I thought toward the end of the game they were moving the football.
Oh my God, yeah. And they shot themselves in the foot every time. Every time.
They're down penalties or whatever. I mean, they had 14 penalties yesterday. 14. 7 were on the offense.
Said that offensive pass interference. I don't know what the hell that was. It would look like he was in press coverage, and they called him because he was in press coverage, trying to get all press coverage.
Cooper DeJean's pass interference call was weird too.
Yeah, I agree with that.
John, I'm surprised you haven't gone on the rant. This is why Cooper DeJean can't play outside quarterback.
No, well, I think he can. I think the opposite is, people said, well, he can't play because George Pickens beat him. George Pickens is
really good.
George Pickens beat Quinn.
He took the football off his helmet like he was Randy Moss on one of those. What the fuck? Sometimes you got to tip your cap to the other guy.
I've been tipping my cap to the Cowboys all day yesterday. I was impressed with the comeback. I was. That doesn't happen often.
By nature, if somebody's taking the football off your helmet, you're in pretty good position in coverage.
In a way, it's going down 21-0 actually helped the Cowboys because then they could just throw the ball downfield all day.
Well, yeah, that's true too. But
Javonte Williams,
I'll tell you what, he's having a good season too.
He really is. He's 5th in the NFL in rushing yards, I think.
Penalties and run game, guys. That was why they lost the game. And the trenches. I thought they got dominated both sides of the trenches.
Oh, they did.
It doesn't happen very often, which, again, back to the Micah point. Again, I'm not going to sit here and tell you they should have traded Micah, but I don't know if they dominate the trenches like they do yesterday with Micah and no interior to interior.
Oh, I think they do because Micah Parsons lines up against Fred Johnson.
Well, he would have destroyed him on the outside, but they got destroyed on the inside yesterday, Jeff. And that ruined.
They've been getting destroyed on the inside all year.
In the game yesterday, they could not run the ball at all, and that's why they scored.
I really wish the Eagles got Micah Parsons so I could see the shift. Just so I could see the shift.
I'm not disrespecting Micah. I don't know why you're going there. I'm not disrespecting.
Because there's so much disrespect for Micah Parsons in Philadelphia, and he is one of the few players the Eagles are fearful of. Because they have a bunch of hubris, as I said.
It's Micah Parsons and Myles Garrett. They're the two. By the way, Myles Garrett.
What's he up to?
13 sacks the last 4 games. Man, I'm not a betting expert, but man, I would have told anybody to pick the Browns yesterday. Anybody.
Oh man, Shedeur.
I said, don't even think about Shedeur. Just think of the Raiders' offensive line versus the Browns' defensive line, and you're gonna cook. And boy, Browns had 10 sacks yesterday. Hey, the Browns are not terrible.
I like
not defensively. Jim is good, man.
Yeah.
I think Stefanski's over. I mean, he's an idiot with the way I think he's handled that whole
Two-time coach of the year. Look, if you don't have a quarterback, you can't play. Look at poor Kevin O'Connell. You can't play.
Dylan Gabriel couldn't move the ball at all. You get Shadur coming in, and you can't even give the kid credit. You can't even name him as your starter. He doesn't do anything for that guy. He didn't want to give him a fucking practice.
Well, the guy,
stop running away from Shadur.
No one gives him
and embrace it.
That happens around the league. Do you think?
You think
Sam
anybody
Howell's
wants
gonna
to?
practice
The first quarterback in Cleveland to win his first start in 30 fucking years. The coach couldn't even give him credit. It was egregious. Stupid.
That's not something to brag about.
Third string quarterbacks don't get reps. Jeff's right. They don't get reps. They don't get reps. Second string quarterbacks don't get reps. They get like 10%, if that. Once you get into,
here's the irony of I hate how polarizing Shador is because it's funny. As someone who would like to play, I could play with a guy like Shador. I like the way he talks. It's look, people expect this. People expect no. You rally behind a guy like that. You get excited to play behind a guy even if he's terrible.
I don't know about that. Nobody gets excited to play behind a terrible quarterback.
Well, I think Jameis Winston's terrible, and they love him.
Jameis Winston is a freaking marvel. That guy can fall out of bed and throw
he caught yesterday.
Jameis, we got to talk about that.
That might have been the player of the year.
That was amazing, man.
Jameis Winston can throw for 4,000 yards. The problem is he turns the football over. Everybody knows Jameis Winston is talented. I'm talking about guys who flat out can't play. Dylan Gabriel.
Well, Dylan Gabriel can't play. We know that.
That's my point on Shador. I think he showed he does it. He's not in that category.
Well, he might be better. He might be better than Dylan Gabriel.
Just keep in mind, the Browns beat a team that just fired their offensive coordinator after 11 games and paid him $6 million a year.
That was Chip. We should mention Chip got. There goes that storyline.
We got to correct one more thing.
There goes that storyline, by the way. Chip Kelly back to Philadelphia.
We got to correct
to that one there, John.
Speaking of that, somebody DM me and they're like, "See, the Raiders fired their coordinator. Why can't we do this?"
Don't compare yourself to the Raiders.
Oh my God.
2-9. They're 2-9.
Thank you.
You have an 8-3 team. If you can't see the difference there, you just gotta tap out.
Yeah, the Raiders said the Raiders might be firing Pete Carroll at this rate.
I know that is just
bad there. I didn't realize how bad they were until I watched the Cowboys just absolutely destroy them on Monday night. I'm like, wow, the Raiders are bad.
Jeff, question for you: how much do you put yesterday's loss on the coaching staff offensively? Nick and Kevin. I'm not trying to pinpoint on.
Both of them.
By the way, the Giants are firing Shane Bowen, so they're firing.
Oh, they are firing.
Okay.
Well, good for. When you again, and I forgot to bring up this point. Brian Dable's not the head coach anymore, and they still had a 10-point lead in the fourth quarter and lost.
Yeah,
you find out a lot of things sometimes after you. Yeah, it was. I mean, I thought the Giants were going to pull off one of the upsets of the year, and it didn't happen. But back to your point, Zander. Sometimes you just got to blame the players. I get it. I get blaming Patullo. I completely understand, but
scapegoat him.
I rewatched this game. Guys are missing blocks. Saquon's not hitting the hole. And when he does hit the hole, he's not fast enough.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
How's that Kevin Patullo's fault? How's that Nick's fault? Oh, by the way, I heard Nick Sirianni should be fired too. Come on.
Oh, of course.
This fan base is so dumb. They think Andy Reid's a bad coach. I've lost it. Man.
I love when Jeff calls the fan base. That was Jeff, by the way. Send him your hate now.
No, I got plenty of hate already.
Man.
Heaven forbid I speak truth.
Well, it is.
There's got to be some nuance to that conversation. I'm not sitting here telling you they got to be fired.
I'm not blaming anybody for blaming Kevin Patullo. They have a legit point.
They can make bad decisions.
They make bad decisions all the time.
Yeah. But here's the problem with me when you want to blame Kevin Patullo. The people that do it, especially on social media, that's all they do. Everything's Kevin Patullo, Kevin Patullo, Kevin Patullo. But now you got to have a deeper conversation than that. Why is Landon Dickerson missing blocks? Why is Cam Jurgens missing assignments? Why?
Cam got walked around multiple times.
They're all pro. They're Pro Bowlers, right? I don't know. Like, I'm not watching film like these guys are, but I rewatched the game today. I'm seeing it. Like, we just talked about Quentin Williams being an ass out at Cam Jurgens.
It's always players first. Saquon Barkley went from the most dangerous football player in the world last season to, can't get 4 yards of carry this season.
How many touches, John? 482 last year?
Yeah, 482.
Yeah. I'm telling you.
I always say this sport moves quickly.
I expected a drop-off this year. I did.
I don't really get how you can blame this game on coaching solely. I'm not sitting here saying they had a good game.
You can blame coaching.
To some extent, but like you had 14 fucking penalties on the players.
Yeah, here's my favorite. Let's call a timeout late in the game so we can just let Dak just beat you again.
Dak is.
I don't know what that timeout accomplished, but to me,
accomplished nothing.
To me, it didn't matter either way. I mean, they were going to run the clock down and they were going to try to win the game.
And then they were going to kick. But I'd rather take my chances with a 65-yard kick with a guy who missed a 51-yarder.
Sure. But that's about execution. That's about giving up the play. You don't have to give up the play just because they call timeout.
Yeah.
I mean, that doesn't mean you're giving up the play. I love how people assume, like, well, if you don't call timeout there, Dallas is not going to make a play. Well, why not? They might make a play because you're not ready. I mean,
special teams had 4 penalties yesterday, John.
Oh yeah, well, you watch
this is the double standard to
this league, and I'm shocked when there's not a special teams flag. That's the first thing I look for on any punt or kickoff return. I'm looking for the flag.
Yeah, this is the double standard for me. Xavier Gipson fumbles a punt. It's not Michael Clay's fault. Xavier Gibson's fault. Cam Jurgens misses a block. Saquon Barkley doesn't hit the hole. Whatever. It's Kevin Patullo's fault. I don't get it.
Oh, that's fair. I mean, look, they want to blame the coach they don't like. Everybody hasn't turned on Michael Clay yet, so it's the player's fault.
Michael Clay's a good coach too, by the way.
He is a good coach. But I'm just saying that's how it works. They like the coach or don't hate the coach or don't know the coach. So they blame it on the player, but they know the coach, a higher profile, they blame it on the coach.
It's so easy to blame a coach.
They have a blind spot with it.
It's easy to blame Rob Thompson when Bryce Harper strikes out of his ass. It just is.
Right. All right, Jeff, what did you make of Jalen Hurts this game yesterday?
I thought he played fine. Honestly, he was 11 and 19 when facing pressure. It's a lot of attempts facing pressure, by the way. He didn't turn the ball. Again, I thought there were some throws he missed. I thought there were some decisions I'm sure he'd like to have back. I mean, I'd probably give him a solid B. I think he was fine.
I thought he played well, except for the sack at the end.
Yeah. The sack was the one. It's like the last play you remember from him.
Yeah, but I think overall he played a very solid game.
He was their rush offense pretty much since it was 21-0. He had 21 of the 33 yards.
Yeah. By the way, on that play too, since you went to it, the 45-second timeout play, when Pickens got loosed, I guess for 24 yards, that was the greatest pick play of all time, and it wasn't a Cowboy picking; it was Michael Carter picking Quinyon Mitchell off. Did you see that?
Yeah, I did. Yeah,
unbelievable. It's like that's
not Vic's fault either.
Well, guys get hurt and they got to come in the game, and that's what happens. That's what happens. He's new. There's not a lot of chemistry there, and he blocks Quinyon and George Pickens. Now maybe Pickens makes the play anyway because he's Pickens, but it's not that
certainly
easy.
Helped.
It's not that easy. So a lot of things went wrong, and I think defensively the biggest problem was losing Adoree Jackson, Reed Blankenship. They really struggled from that point
A
forward.
lot of people like to criticize Adoree Jackson, but there's a reason why he plays. He's a veteran, and he's always in the right spot.
Yep. Knows what he's doing. Yeah, that's important, especially in Vic's defense.
Yeah, especially with Vic. It's look, Adoree earned that job.
And he's not going to play Friday. I'm very comfortable saying that.
Yeah. I'll tell you who's not going to play Friday. Who was walking off on crutches yesterday? Andrew Makuba.
Yeah, that happened late. That happened on that play, by the way.
Yeah,
it did. Play. That happened. So that happened with 35 seconds left. So I don't even know what the Eagles did because Dallas started kneeling it, so it didn't really matter who was back there. But and then they kicked the field goal to win the game. By the way, the arc of Brandon Aubrey's kicks. There's no way you're blocking that kick, man. My God.
That guy's just good.
Yeah, I hate to say it, but those blocks against Cardi were, I think, maybe more because of Cardi than
anything. Oh, yeah. It was so low.
Cardi.
The trajectory
in the wedge.
So
Cardi in the wedge. Yep.
No, I mean, Jordan and Jalen did a great job. I mean, even when it is
they deserve credit. I agree.
Yeah, even when it is kicked. But this guy gets the ball out so high. There's no way. Like I said last night, Will Chamberlain, Joel Embiid couldn't block that. The ball comes out so high. That dude's amazing.
Master Adem Bona couldn't block that.
Yeah.
By the way, that's where I went yesterday, and the Sixers really missed him yesterday.
No VJ Edgecombe. I have no interest, man. That's all the season's about for me. VJ Edgecombe.
They missed him yesterday.
And Maxey.
He's elevated to superstar status. No doubt about it.
But one point I wanted to point out about the game yesterday, I'm trying to remember the scenario now. Hold on, maybe I'll get back to it at some point. I'm sure it'll come back in my mind.
So, guys, I want to talk real quick about Cooper DeJean on the outside. John, you still said you think he can play outside. I don't know.
You're not.
He didn't. They picked on him out there.
Day?
Yeah, I get it. I'm just saying. Does Jeff? What do you think? Do you think Cooper can play outside?
I think George Pickens more have had to do with his struggles than anything else. I think Cooper gave up the most yards to anybody because of George Pickens. So
yeah,
look,
he did.
Okay, so let's play a game here. The Bears' top 3 receivers are
DJ Moore, Romo Odunze, and I don't know the third one.
See, I think he'd fare better on Friday.
Yeah, of course. And they're good players, by the way. Odunze is very good, and DJ Moore is one of the more, I think, underrated receivers in the NFL.
He's a really good slot receiver. I don't think DJ Moore and Ben Johnson.
Luther Burden.
Luther Burden's there. That's right. Missouri's Luther Burden.
And they have Olamide. Don't forget Olamide.
We got a lot of pass catchers. We got a lot of problems in the second. Is Reed?
Yeah, but the beauty of Reed we have to see, but it didn't look good. I'll say that, at least on a short week. I don't think it's long term, but I think it's going to be difficult for him to get back as well. Chicago is not going to be consistent in the passing game because the quarterback is not consistent, but they will make splash plays. Make no mistake about it.
And they're 8-3 for a reason. I don't like how they're 8-3. They're the 8-3 team you should be concerned about, not the Philadelphia Eagles, but I digress.
Yeah, I would say I'm going to disagree with you. The Eagles are better than that team. No doubt in my mind. No doubt in my mind. Did you see the list? Brad Biggs put it up who covers the Bears. Did you see the quarterbacks they've beaten in this?
Yes.
I mean,
it's not good.
It is just a shit show.
The Steelers are the first team they've beaten with a winning record all year, and I don't think they're going to.
And it was with Mason Rudolph, not Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, Mason Rudolph. Yeah.
So here's the list to give it to everybody: Spencer Rattler, Tyler Huntley,
benched.
Joe Flacco still, sadly still
with another team though. So
yes, with Jackson Dart, who's okay as a rookie, JJ
the best one.
McCarthy, who is the worst
Sucks.
quarterback I've ever seen, and that's not hyperbole.
No, he's bad.
Abysmal. And Mason Rudolph. That's who they beat.
Awesome.
It's not their fault.
No, they're winning the division. They earned it. It's
all you can do is play who's in front of you. I'm
sure
saying.
I'm sure the Packers and Lions are really rooting for the Eagles this week.
Yeah, I think the Eagles are going to bounce back. I think they're going to beat that team. Not handle, they're not explosive enough to. I used the term boat race yet. I shouldn't have used boat race because they're not explosive enough. But I think it's a fairly easy win for the Eagles. I'm already giving out my hands. I think they bounce back.
I got to tip the cap here publicly on the show to a Dallas Cowboy player, Elijah Clark. Did you guys see the tape?
Oh yeah, he got
awesome.
Beaten up, and that was
Sidney Brown beat him,
that dude to the ground 2-3 different times, and he just keeps working, keeps running, keeps getting. I mean, look, you got to tip the ball. I mean, tip the cap there. That was such a
special
free agent
in a
rookie.
nutshell, man.
Yeah,
never stop.
You know what? Before that happened, when Elijah Clark forced the fumble, I was kind of watching Brown for some reason. Like, isn't that the guy Brown just beat up? And then when they finally showed it on Twitter, I'm like, oh, it was the guy beat up. So,
by the way, I've never seen a guy so good at special teams and so bad on defense as Keely Ringo. Like, he is a monster on special teams.
Keely Ringo's going to have a long career in the NFL, just not on defense.
He came in. I think he played one play, got flagged.
Yeah, he did.
And it was a proper flag, by the way.
Yeah,
so nobody should complain about that. But he is such a good gunner, which I know nobody cares about, but
I care. I like that.
Yeah.
Sidney Brown's a pretty good special teamer too.
Yeah, when he's not getting penalties, he's a big penalty guy. But
yeah. Just think of Friday. Oh man, I like Sid too.
Oh, Sid's a great dude. But yeah, he's.
I'm rooting for him.
Jeff, any concern with the defense after that game? I'm not sitting here telling you they were a reason for the loss, but you give up almost 500 yards of offense, 24 straight points to the Dallas Cowboys. I get it. A lot of context there.
17 drops by CD Lamb thrown in there.
People aren't ready for that conversation. If CD Lamb has hands, that game might be a blowout for the Cowboys.
I don't think people really understand how good this Dallas Cowboys offense is.
I don't know what's wrong with CD Lamb.
Like, people love to rip on Dak, and look, I rip on Dak too, but I'm telling you, man, Dak Prescott throwing to George Pickens and CD Lamb is like just a cheat code.
By the way,
is that fun?
For what it's worth, CD only drops against the Eagles.
Yeah, he does. He seems to catch balls against everybody else.
Yeah, he's got, I think, 2 drops outside the Eagles games, which, it's not terrible. He's dropped 7 passes against the Eagles.
And a lot of right in his hand, too.
Yeah. It's weird.
Yeah.
It's strange.
So, Zander, I actually wrote down one of my overreactions. I'm like, defense did give up 473 yards, but they did whatever they could to preserve that lead and keep that game tied as badly as they were getting beaten. I just keep going back to the offense and how the offense just could not score a point for them afterwards. And I thought when they got that 4th down stop, when Dallas went for it, which, by the way, I still think is the right call, go for the touchdown, even though the Eagles can't score, I thought Jalen Hurts was going to lead that offense down the field and they were going to kick a field goal at the end of the game and win, because that's what they do. But
now, but let's pick. All right, if we want to pick on the defense, who are you picking on? Because I think it's
they got so many guys hurt too.
The back end, the back end that hurt things, but I don't think the defensive front played well.
No, I don't either. Like, I forgot Jalen Phillips was on the team.
Yeah, what happened to Jalen Phillips?
The Cowboy offensive line is not bad. That's a pretty good offensive line.
No, they draft well there. Tyler Guyton, Tyler Smith.
They always draft well. Will McClay is one of the best personnel guys.
I even think that dude on the outside is playing pretty well. Steele is his name. Is that his name?
Darren Steele? Yeah, he's a good player too. 3rd round pick. It's
Guyton's the one who had some issues. He had some penalties.
I think he came out of the game at one point for an injury. I don't know if he went back in or what. But
he did go back.
Jalen Hunt is playing better than Nolan Smith.
Yeah, Nolan
Yes,
Smith doesn't look very good right now.
Nolan Smith's on the Eagles? I wasn't aware.
Yeah, right.
And he was up to 40 reps yesterday, Nolan Smith. And I didn't,
you know who else might be playing better than Nolan Smith? He wasn't even on the team a month ago. BG.
Well, no, BG doesn't even play. How many reps?
He played. I think it was 10 snaps.
I gotta look, but he didn't play
look
a
at the
lot.
snap count. I haven't checked it, but I when I was rewatching the game, I saw him in a couple times.
I saw him in one bad play. I
saw him chasing somebody.
That bad play wasn't his fault. I saw it when he was running upfield to chase the guy down. That wasn't on BG.
He only played 8 snaps, which I think is
okay. So yeah, I wasn't that far off.
So it was Phillips. 49.
Let's be real. I didn't see anybody on the defensive line yesterday. And by the way, somebody told me pregame we're gonna have 5 sacks. I'm like, Dak does not take a lot of sacks, guys.
Dak does not take sacks, and the Cowboys do not give up sacks.
Yeah, people are clueless. 59 for Phillips. Hunt 43, Smith 40. So it was pretty much down to a 3-man rotation. And I don't think it was effective yesterday. Now, Phillips is a good player, but he's not a great player. So he played like a great player for 2 weeks. And I think so you're going to have these games, but he's going to be fine.
The Bears have a good offensive line too on Friday.
Yeah, they do. They spent a lot of money on that offensive line. So that has helped them. But those guys, Hunt and Smith, have to play better. Hunt had one sort of splash play, but I bet when the grades come out, it's not that great. But we'll see. Smith, I haven't seen much since he came back, and that's got to get better. Which is, I mean, he's got to be a big part of this, Nolan Smith, and he's got to get better.
I don't see them paying him. I'd rather than paying Kobe Dean.
Yeah, I don't think he played well either, by the way. So if you're looking, people get enamored because he had the one sack. He had the one sack where he just ran over Williams, which showed his tremendous physicality. Very physical.
He had great playing coverage too, though.
Early in the game he did, yeah. Early in the game he did. Look, it's sometimes you're just gonna have a bad performance.
I mean, John, when you say they didn't have a good game, what do you mean? Because they gave up almost 500 yards. Like, you could probably look at numbers and say nobody had.
Well, that's why I mean consistency-wise, I don't think he had one of his best games.
Yeah, well, that's fair.
They were running the football. They were throwing the football.
Quinion didn't have one of his best games. Cooper didn't have one of his best games.
Well, a lot of people. I just talked about the defensive line. What I like about the defense is their perseverance, and when they get in the red zone, basically, what is the goal of the game? As Jim Schwartz would always say, points.
Keep them out of the red zone.
Keep it out, and they did that. So I gave them a higher sort of in my mind because they do that. But
473 yards given up, 7.0 yards per play given up, and they only gave up 24 points. I'm honestly kind of impressed.
Yeah, that's what I mean. They didn't give up a lot of points, even though they gave up a shitload of yards. But I think that doesn't bode well for the grades when you give up a shitload of yards.
Obviously. Jeff, what'd you make of the call on 3rd and 2?
Hated it. Hated it.
I know you brought it up earlier, but like, what else do you call it? You got 3rd and 2. You're probably not going to.
I don't mind AJ running the slant. I don't know. Maybe I think that's on the quarterback more than anything else. I hate to say it, but I think it's on Jalen.
Spread him out and quarterback draw him to death. That's what I do.
And they wouldn't have stopped it. I would. Yeah, I'm kind of with John on that. I didn't want him running the football. Obviously, AJ wasn't open. Devontae wasn't open. I don't know where Goddard was on that play. Yeah,
I have to relook at that play because clearly the first progression was the AJ and he wasn't open. So that's not Jalen's fault. I don't know what the second, third progression were. I have to try to figure that out.
By the way, I got really mad at that too. Oh, AJ didn't try hard on that play. Or how about he was covered? That does happen in football. I know this isn't Madden.
Yeah, there is another team out there. Yes.
Yeah, the other team does play.
like the picking stuff. I mean, sometimes you just got to go, all right, that guy's fucking good. He got me.
What? John, why do people have a problem with AJ Brown's attitude after the game? Did you hear about that?
I watched the entire fucking interview. That is such bullshit.
I thought nothing of it. He's
miserable for 6.5 of the 7 minutes. Somebody like laughs in the interview. He looks over at him and gives him a smile, and then everybody screenshots the smile. Oh my God, AJ Brown is happy because he got his
AJ Brown didn't look happy the entire interview. Like he was mad they lost. Like
oh
he
my
should
God.
be.
People just I didn't see it. I'll probably hear about it, but I didn't see it.
Gosh. People just want to blame AJ.
I'm telling you, some of these guys just can't win no matter what they do, which is why they are is because you nitpick every little thing these people do. Everything.
Oh my God.
They can't smile, they can't frown, they can't say shit. It's unbelievable. Oh, no, you got to be more like Jalen and have the same attitude. I heard that one yesterday.
By the way, when we got A.J. Brown involved, we scored 21 straight points, 3 straight drives. I don't think A.J. Brown is the fucking problem. Sorry.
Yeah, I don't either.
I mean.
By the way, here's Saquon's runs yesterday, courtesy of Dan Orlovsky.
Oh, I've heard this. Yeah, like
12. 2 yards, -1, 2, 7. 7 was the long. 2, 1, 1, 5, 1, 2. So 10 runs, 2 effective runs, 20%. That's not good.
It's not good. By the way, I'll bring it up, and I like Saquon. Why the hell did you give him more money?
I don't know.
Did he really need it? Did you really need to pay him more?
That was a thank you.
That was a thank you.
Oh well, that's great. I don't care about thank yous. The thank you was the Vince Lombardi Trophy.
Yeah, I mean, he had a historic season last year.
I get you pay people on performance, but it's not good business.
My personal policy on that is it's not my fucking money, so I don't care.
Yeah, I know, but I'm thinking in terms of telling you.
I don't think that position, as much money as he makes at that position, I don't think it really affects it's not. Yeah. It's not affecting you.
I'm going to be eating my words next year, by the way, when he has another big year, because it'll be 2 years removed from the 2,000 yard.
It's going to be tough not to have a better year than he's having this year.
I mean,
he's averaging like under 2.5 yards per carry since the bye week.
He is not having a good year, man.
He's not. He's not. I mean,
his credit, he said that yesterday.
And guys, I'm not sitting here telling you the offensive line's been great, but I cannot put it all on the offensive line. I mean, looking around the league, how many bad offensive lines are there? And teams are still able to run a little bit better than Saquon Barkley is. You're telling me we can't scheme up anything? We can't get going at all? Some of it's got to fall.
Well, and look at Tank.
Yeah. Tank Bixby's your example.
What does everybody say? What does everybody get together and say? Okay, Tank's in the game. Let's block. I mean, what?
No, but normally John, you always are good at adding context to that, where they're not game planning for Tank. They're not,
well, that's true. That's true.
Play,
But you know what? In the middle of the game, half of the time, and I would say more than half of the time, especially this year, because Saquon's not having a good year. Like early in the year, yes, they were hyper-focused on Saquon. They probably don't even know that for the most part, that they swapped out Saquon for Tank. At least 50% of the time. Look, the guy's just got more juice, which ain't good. Javonte Williams had more juice.
Yeah.
Like I said, he was Jahmyr Gibbs last year. And this year, Tank Bigsby looks more explosive.
I was waiting for your comp for this.
By the way, guys, don't go on Twitter and search Saquon Barkley's name. You don't want to see some of the things that are on there. They go way deeper than football.
Is it about too many commercials and that bullshit?
It's even worse than that.
Well, hit me with
it. Him golfing with the president. His number since he golfed with the president.
Are you serious?
On, man.
Yeah. That's fucking takes. These people are.
I'm telling you, I've shaken 3 presidents' hands and whatever. I don't care.
I'll go golfing with any president.
Yeah, same here.
Hey, they want to go
The
golf.
commercials, I'll buy that a little bit. That dude's
I don't buy that. That shit happens in March.
I
Yeah,
know,
it does.
but that guy, he's in every fucking commercial known to man.
Yeah, but he's not filming them on Tuesday, which I try to explain.
I was happy to see AJ Brown in a commercial. I don't know who it was, but he was jogging on the treadmill. Geico, is that who it was?
Yeah.
AJ Brown's in a Geico commercial.
He didn't do that on Tuesday either. These are all in the can many months ago.
They're during their downtime in February and March. Just talk to their agents.
Yeah. So
Patrick Mahomes, I'm telling you, I've interviewed Patrick Mahomes while he was on a break from a Head and Shoulders commercial on March 8th once.
Do you guys believe that yesterday was an example of what AJ Brown has been talking about this year with the frustrations?
Well, I mean, yes, in the standpoint of like he just wants to contribute, and he's been pretty consistent. And his thought process is, basically, if you don't use it, you lose it, that type of thing. And when they have success passing the football, it's like, oh, see, they can pass the football, and that's part of. Nobody's saying this team isn't conservative and risk averse. I've used that term so many times; it's become part of the lexicon. I think.
You should get a shirt that says risk averse.
That's how they play. It's been successful, but I said, be careful what you wish for. If you lose some games and you've lost a game, and if you lose another game, maybe that will spawn some change. I don't know if you want that. I think you'd rather have wins, but
I'd rather win. But then again, the Eagles could have went down the field, kicked the field goal, and won 24-21, and we'd be having this conversation.
I thought they were going to do exactly that because Severus came out soft is with the soft zone as usual. They were moving the football and then bang, stop.
Yep. Right midfield too. By the way, what did you guys think of Fred Johnson's comments yesterday? They blew up.
Fred saying he doesn't know, he's not a coach.
Yeah, he's not a coach. Yeah, okay,
well, I don't have a problem with it. I mean,
I don't either.
I think he's telling the truth.
I was like, he's not wrong.
Yeah. What do these people want? Fred Johnson to have the answer? He's a backup right tackle. He's in for a Hall of Famer.
I think
Did you hear they weren't going to miss a beat? We're going to miss a beat with Fred.
I thought he was telling the complete truth. He's like, I don't know. I'm not a coach.
Look, I love Fred Johnson. Lane Johnson is a first ballot Hall of Famer, and Fred Johnson, his entire career, has been a journeyman. Come on.
Yeah. I mean, the people who said that were nuts. I mean,
well, they're nuts because they put him in on Madden. It's almost like he's not good. He's got a 70 rating on Madden. Come on, man.
I mean.
All right, Jeff, let me get your final thought here. I got a bunch to do here with John in the last 30 minutes of the show. Your final thought: Eagles lose the game. They fall to 8-3. They got four winners of 4 straight. I thought it was 6 straight. I was wrong last. I think it's 4 straight wins for the Bears. They're 8-3 as well, and at the top of the North right now. That's a Black Friday game on a short week. Your final thought here on the Eagles' collapse and loss yesterday.
Just a bad loss. It's a bad loss. It's a bad collapse. It happens. I don't think the season's over by any means. Like, they only fell from first in the NFC to second in the NFC, and they will stay at second in the NFC if they win on Friday because they'll still be up.
I think Next Gen Stats had it at 96% win for Eagles when it was 21-0. So yeah, that's a bad loss.
It's a bad. That's the first time they blew a 21-point lead in a game since Andy Reid's first game, Week 1 of the 1999 season.
I saw it was to at least 2000. I guess they went back and figured it out. So it was the worst loss of the decade for the Eagles, and not the decade, the century. And the Cowboys had tied their biggest comeback ever.
Yeah, biggest comeback against the Eagles too.
Yeah. So not good.
So Dallas won their first Super Bowl since '95, and the Eagles have collapsed. Season's over.
Let's see what happens. Jeff, appreciate you doing it today, man. Make sure you guys go and follow Jeff at Jeff Kerr PHL. We appreciate you doing it today, Jeff. We'll talk to you again soon. All right, brother.
I appreciate you guys.
Have a good Thanksgiving. All right.
Yeah. You too, Zander. John, have a good Thanksgiving. And I don't think you guys are doing a bird show on Saturday.
No, not Saturday.
Not
I guess Monday.
Monday
Same
it is,
schedule
my
time.
friend. All right,
All
bro.
right.
Thank you, man.
Sounds good, guys.
All right, see you, bud.